The year is 1945. Germany has officially surrendered, and the Allied forces are in the process of dismantling the Nazi war machine. But this is not the limit of their efforts. The Allies also seek to bolster their own arsenal. By plucking away at the most brilliant of German minds, they end up capturing Dr. Hans Kammler, a man twisted and stained by his thorough contribution to the Third Reich's most sinister projects. Even so, no matter how much they prod him, Kammler refuses to speak. What lies hidden behind his silence? Does he truly possess knowledge on devastating secret weapons? Or is there some other motive? The first whispers of Die Glocke's existence began to spread in the year 2000. Their inception can be traced back to a book written and published by a Polish journalist, Igor Witkowski, based on classified SS documents. Within the book, he goes into detail about V-weapons, long-range artillery designed with the purpose of strategic bombing, but also makes mention of Project Reese, a massive underground tunnel system that lies beneath the Owl Mountains in Poland. This tunnel system is said to have acted as an underground facility specialized in wonder weapon experiments, many of which, Igor notes, had led to catastrophic results, ranging from wildlife decay to human lives being lost at the hands of radiation sickness. And this is where the bell finally rears its head. Die Glocke, or the bell, is a Nazi concept weapon set to defy the laws of physics. Described as a ceramic, bell-shaped device roughly 12 to 14 feet tall and 9 feet wide, marked with a swastika and containing two counter-rotating cylinders filled with the mysterious substance 525, or red mercury. Its capabilities are said to reach not only far beyond their time, but ours too. Anti-gravity propulsion, time travel, and interdimensional teleportation, just to name a few. Others have claimed it to be nothing more than an energy weapon, a Hail Mary to turn the tide of war. Like many weapons of its kind, the bell is steeped in mystery. Where one finds mystery, one can be sure to also stumble upon a great deal of skepticism. Die Glocke is no exception. Witkowski's book provided the first ever account of this device, and that was decades after the war had been concluded. After him, British journalist Nick Cook took the concept and popularized it in his own book, The Hunt for Zero Point, but nothing more. Why is that? Following Germany's surrender, the United States and the Soviet Union scrambled to acquire as many German scientists in a covert mission known as Operation Paperclip. The goal of this operation was to recruit any capable German mind and hand who had been involved in the Nazis' advanced weapon programs. Over 1,600 individuals were brought to the US under this operation. All men who had contributed to the rapid development of German rocket and chemical weapon arsenals. Among the most notable of recruits was Werner von Braun, a key figure in the development of the V-2 rocket, a man who later on played a pivotal role in NASA's Apollo program. Operation Paperclip was deemed highly successful. Everyone appeared to be satisfied not only with the acquisition of brilliant personnel, but also documentation on several projects the Nazis had been working on. Through all of that, none of the Paperclip recruits provided anything on the bell or similar concept Nazi wonder weapons. The bell was either a device so extreme that even these sick and twisted minds could not permit themselves to let people know about its existence, or an even more sinister hand was in play. What is then all of this fanfare surrounding the bell? To understand the fascination with the bell, we first need to consider Nazi Germany's reputation in technological innovation. Do not forget that this was the regime that developed the first ever jet-powered fighter planes, that pioneered the ballistic missile and rocket interceptors, achievements which, quite frankly, were decades ahead of the competition. The Germans were highly capable, shattering preconceptions all over the world, invention after invention. With such a superior notion integrated in the minds of many, who was to say that the so-called rules of the world could not be broken yet again? What chance did gravity really stand when faced with the German intellect? Beliefs or not, the question still remained. Who could achieve such a feat? Hans Kammler, the very man caught in the limbo of an interrogation room at the start of our video, was the one for the job. Not only was Kammler one of the highest ranking figures in the Nazi hierarchy, but also one of the most enigmatic. While at a rank equivalent to a senior general, as an SS Obergruppenführer, he was at the center of several key wartime projects, many of which consisted of developments in advanced German weaponry, in addition to the construction of concentration camps. By 1944, Kammler had taken control of the V weapons program. His job was to oversee the production of the infamous V-2 rockets, the world's first long-range guided ballistic missiles. Kammler was so capable that Hitler himself boasted about the success of the program, claiming that it would bring the end of the Second World War. With such confidence placed in his capabilities by the supreme leader himself, it's no wonder that the mythical nature of the Bells project was also associated with Kammler. Still, in May 1945, as the Allied forces closed in, Kammler vanished without a trace. What's left of him were mere theories, floating in the zeitgeist. Over time, the speculative whispers of his connections to the Bell only got louder due to his disappearance. Some say he fled to South America. Others claim that he might have struck a deal with the Allies under Operation Paperclip. Some, even, that he might have not been involved at all. The truth is that, without any concrete evidence, nothing certain can be said about the Bell or Kammler's involvement with the project. And yet, discourse surrounding the topic still continues. Many other names have been thrown into the mix, such as SS Obergruppenführer Emil Matzov and SS Obergruppenführer Jakob Sporenberg, both police officials at the time. Even then, with neither Emil nor Jakob in possession of the expertise or scientific know-how necessary, their involvement with the Bell can be marked down to nothing else but speculation. Dr. Werner Heisenberg, on the other hand, a top German physicist at the time who also led the Nazi nuclear program, is believed by some theorists to have had the expertise necessary for the job. Yet just like everything else so far, there is no evidence leading the way to a concrete answer. On December 9, 1965, a bell-shaped object reportedly crashed in Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. Thousands of witnesses reported seeing a glowing fireball streaking across the evening sky, steadily descending towards a nearby forest. Many even describe hieroglyphic-like symbols etched onto the surface of the strange object's hull. The authorities were quick to get to the crash site and barricade the area. They removed whatever crashed along with any evidence, rendering it impossible for the public to lay close eyes on the object. NASA later claimed that the alleged object was only a Soviet satellite and not the infamous Bell, dismissing the connection between the incident and the mythical Nazi technology, further stating that the Cyrillic lettering on the hull of the satellite explained the claims of hieroglyphic writing being present. By this point, I believe a pattern can be seen in the discourse surrounding the Bell, and it's not a pattern spotted by internet theoreticians alone. Historians themselves point out that much of the Bell's narrative lacks sufficient evidence. The supposed fuel, 525, simply does not exist. It's a complete fiction, and while Kammler's disappearance adds intrigue, there's no proof linking him to the project. Some experts suggest that it's more likely that the Bell was part of a more ordinary nuclear enrichment program that has never seen the light of day, rather than the sci-fi-esque UFO capable of time travel. To this day, the Bell remains a staple of UFO and conspiracy lore, and how could it not when it alludes to something pulled straight out of a sci-fi movie? Was the Bell ever real, or has it always been just a hoax designed to intimidate the Allies? Whether it was a groundbreaking piece of machinery, a weapon of propaganda, or a mere fabrication, the story alone is fascinating enough. Unfortunately, without hard evidence, the mystery of the Bell will most likely remain unsolved, but perhaps it does not have to be. In the end, it's possible that what made it so fascinating was the discourse surrounding it and not necessarily its existence. Hi, this is our first video. We have worked very hard to try and make it something special. If you enjoyed it, please do let us know by liking it and leaving a comment. If you are curious to see more videos like this one, you can subscribe and join our journey of bringing more fascinating stories to life. Thank you for watching and see you soon. This video was inspired by Mark Felton's video of The Bell and the book written by Igor Witkowski, The Truth About the Wunderwaffe.